With FM23 here, I'm sure a lot of you guys are looking around to find the best skin possible for your game. Well, look no further, because in this video we'll be taking 5 of the most popular skins from the FMSCOUT site and seeing what they look like, what they do for us, and just get a general feel for them to see if this might be your next FM skin. Hello everyone, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and as mentioned, we'll be looking at some Football Manager 23 skins today, 5 of the most popular ones from our site. Now obviously this isn't every single skin in existence, nor is it the best 5 skins or anything like that, just 5 skins that we've picked out. So if you found a skin that you love, let us know in the comments and we can check it out in a future video, and also hopefully people will see it and go check it out. So thank you to anyone who does that. There'll be links to all of these skins in the description. Don't forget to like the video if you do get some use out of it. Subscribe for more. We're doing daily Football Manager videos at the minute, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. With that being said, let's check out the first skin, which you might have already been taking a look around at today already, and this is the FM23 Electric Panther skin. Now I don't know the exact intimate details of everything that's been added for all of these skins, so I do apologise if I missed something, but these are all my genuine first impressions of looking around here. You'll be doing it with me, but from what I read on this one, it's meant to be similar to the normal FM skin, just with different colours accentuated to make it pop a little bit more. I also won't be ranking these skins in this video, so make sure you find the one that you think looks best. But anyway, it's a much nicer profile screen than the general FM profile screen, in my opinion, laid out much better, and I do much prefer this colour scheme so far. And I'm just going to take a little click around some screens to see if anything looks completely different to me. As mentioned, this one is meant to be quite similar to the main FM skin, just with a few different things changed, and so far it looks to be exactly that way. The profile looks different. I'm gonna guess the player profiles will look a little different as well, so let's take the star of the FM23 trailer, İlkay Gundogan, as an example, and here we go with the player profile. Now first thing I'm noticing on that left hand side is a very nice column showing the player's face, a description of what that player is, so a world-class midfielder, his media handling style, his personality, his description, his potential ability, all of it is on this left hand side, even tells you what club they're trained at, which I do like. Now I will say that I haven't got any face packs or logo packs installed just yet. I'll be doing that now the game is fully released, so bear with me on that front if anything looks out of place. But Man City are fully licensed, thankfully. Now as much as I like the colours on this skin, and bear in mind this is only my personal opinion, don't let it put you off if you enjoy it, but for me the colours just kind of blend in a little bit in terms of what is an exceptional attribute and what is, you know, a rubbish attribute. For example, 12 and 6, I'm not seeing too much difference there, and I know 16 is a darker purpley shade, but it doesn't pop out for me as easy as it does on normal FM, so that's just a personal thing. But I suppose it is the exact same way as how the greens work in normal Football Manager skins, where it just gets darker the higher the attribute, but I guess it's just something different for my eyes to get used to. But overall, I do like this skin a lot more than the general FM skin. So big credit to the team behind the Electric Panther skin, and now let's move on to our second one. The next one we have is the FM Enhanced Zealand skin in collaboration with the brilliant YouTuber Zealand. Before we go and take a look around the skin, just to let you know, I'm managing Leicester here. Now I'm doing a full YouTube save rebuilding Leicester, which you can find on my channel, linked in the description below. A lot of you guys have came over and said you've really enjoyed the series. We've recently surpassed 10k subs on there, so thank you for that. But if we can keep it going, that'll be phenomenal. But straight away, I am quite liking the look of this. I know it was a popular skin last year, the FM Enhanced Zealand skin, but I didn't use it myself personally. And one thing that I won't be covering in this video, but I believe is a big plus of this skin, is the fact that if you use the New Jan face pack, it's a lot easier to set up supposedly if you have the Zealand skin, but I haven't used it personally myself, so I don't know the ins and outs, so I'm not going to claim to know everything. But yeah, so far so good. I like where the trophies are laid out. I like the recent form. I especially like this picture of the King Power Stadium. Be interesting if this does change based on the club we go to. So if we do try Manchester City and go to their club, I mean, it's slightly different. It's different colours on the stands. Obviously, it's not going to be a full replication of the stadium in FM, but it does look quite nice, quite bright, and I like the look of that. It would look even better if I had the kits and the logos and whatnot installed, so fair play to them there. I do like this profile screen. Just coming onto the squad screen here, I've got to say I much prefer the colours that they've laid out here than the normal FM. How you can see it's broken down into a goalkeeper, defenders. These are little things, right? They're not massive differences, but it is more aesthetically pleasing in my opinion, and I like the look of that. If we go to our tactics screen, is that any different? A little bit, nothing crazy, but again, I do like the colour scheme and the way it's laid out. Maybe we can check out a player profile. Let's try James Maddison. Again, ideally, I'd have his face here. But this is good to see. It's got everything that you'd want to know about the player on one screen, in my opinion. You've got his positives and his negatives shown on this screen here, which is great. We've got his attributes, his age, his valuation, his current ability, his potential ability, also his reputation and media handling style are shown here, which is nice. Just as a side note here, something that I think looks pretty cool is this little scout report that's came through of a player. It's showing all their attributes straight away. It's giving me all the information that I want to know about the player that we've scouted, so that is awesome. Now, as this is an old version of my Leicester save, I can use it to simulate a match with a instant result feature, which the FM Enhanced Zealand skin has. I was only aware of this because it was written on the download page, but what you can do is you can ask, use match plan, not use a match plan. Let's pick our side, click yes, click continue, and then I imagine we'll get a nice little display telling us what the result was, and if we managed to beat AC Milan in the Champions League, and somehow we did 4-0 with Harvey Barnes getting one, Maddison got another, and Iheanacho with our other goal. But there you go. One final thing about this skin that was written on the download page, and that's again the only way that I know about this, is if you sort by training rating, let's say, and you wanted to praise everyone with a 7.5 or above for their training, you can hit this little button here to tick a bunch of them, and instead of going into each player's screen and then saying praise or criticize training, you can just go here and you can just hit praise, done, and chat, praise, done, and chat, which is quite useful in terms of getting it all done in a quick way. So I do like that, less clicking around, and makes it easier to stay on top of training. So fair play there. And now let's move on to our next skin. So just loading up here, but the next one we'll be looking at is the material skin. Again, all of these download links can be found in the description below. But straight away, I did like that when we came onto a team profile, that it's flipped it around and shown us their captain, key player, hot prospect, and I do like the look of this one straight from the bat. Now, I will just say right now that all of these skins will probably also look different when it comes to the match engine. Now, I'm not going to show the match engine for every single one of these skins, so what I'd ask you guys to do is, if you are interested in one of these skins already, go over to their download page, and each one will have a few different pictures of different screens and will probably give more detail. I'm just giving a video overview of my initial thoughts coming onto these skins for the first time, but so far so good here. Pretty much all the information that you'd want to see is on this screen right from the bat, which is nice and easy to look at. I like this general screen as well. That is very nicely laid out. Big fan of that. But yeah, so far so good. Let's have a look at the squad section. Let's skip that. Maybe take a look at the tactics. Is there anything different here? There you go. This is what it looks like if we made a 4-2-4 and put all of our players into that tactic, and it looks pretty good. I like the way it's laid out. I like the screen we're seeing here. The colours are a bit more muted than other skins, but I actually quite like that. Here's our player profile. We've gone for Kyle Walker here. It shows all of his former clubs, his appearances, and their badges on that right hand side, which is nice. Current ability, potential ability, pros and cons. This has got everything you'd want to see, and all of these skins, in my opinion so far, have been far better than the standard Football Manager skin. Just to show off as well, here is the scouting screen on the material skin, and so far all of these skins have been great. I do really like all of them for different reasons, and I've got nothing real negative to say about any of them. They're all just far better than the standard FM skin, but we've still got two more to show you, so let's move on to those. The next one I'm loading up is the OPZ Elite skin, and straight away this is looking very, very nice. Like, this is the first screen that I've landed on after loading up. I really like this here where it says Leicester against Milan, Champions League. It tells you the injuries. Just the way it's laid out is pretty cool. It looks quite old style, but in a good way. I don't really know how to describe it. On the left hand side, I've got the league table, same on the right hand side, but it is adjustable, so you could change this to your inbox, let's say, or anything like that. You guys could tweak it to whatever you want. You can see they automatically seem to all be set to league table, so you'd go through and you would set this out the way that you want it, and I'm a big fan of this actually. I do like the way it's laid out and everything that you can see just by scrolling through. Just coming onto a club profile screen, I really enjoy the way this is laid out, but this section especially, I quite like the look of it. It's interesting, unique for sure. I haven't seen that before on an FM game the way that that's been laid out, but I do like that. I've got to give that credit. I'm getting a lot of nostalgia from this skin. It is reminding me a lot of old style FM skins, so this is pretty cool. So the way this is all laid out here, maybe I'm wrong and I'm just imagining it, but I feel like this is how the wanted buttons used to look and everything. So it is really nice to see. The way it's laid out here, I've got no issues with. It's definitely got its own style. I will say again, and this is probably just me being used to what I'm used to, but maybe the colours on the attributes don't work well for me, and seeing a differentiation between an 8 for corners and an 18 for finishing. I know they're very different colours, but for me, something about it just isn't working with my eyes. Maybe that's just me. And I know if you want to as well, you can just go into preferences and adjust the colours of these attributes, but overall I am really liking the look of this one. I'm conscious of spending too long focused on each skin, but remember there are links and pictures to each one in the description. But that is skin number 4, the OPZ skin. Very much a fan of this one, and let's move on to our final one, and that is the WTCS skin, which is a TCS skin in collaboration with Work the Space. I tried something different last year, but I do always like the way that these ones are laid out, and I think it would be better if I go to a club where I've actually got the licensed pictures of people. So Manchester City would be a good option, and I'm liking the look of this so far. We've got the kits, we've got the manager, we've got the players down here, we've got the league table, which is interesting. All your facilities are shown up here. It shows you your competition, your media prediction, which I like having on the screen here, and their last bit of form and their upcoming fixtures. So all of that is great information to have in one place. I won't go into the detail of showing how it works, but this one does also have an instant result feature, which is great if you're a fan of those things. Personally, I'm not, and I know the guy who created this skin also isn't, because he mentions so on the download page. But it does say on that download page it's very easy to remove any Work the Space branding if you don't want that, or if you don't want the instant result button, you can also just get rid of a couple of files, I believe, and get rid of it. All of the information is on that download page, but I'm liking the way this is laid out. It still feels very akin to the standard Football Manager screen. It's just been tweaked for a little bit of extra efficiency and to look a lot nicer too. And I think I will say that about all 5. They've all looked a lot nicer than the standard one. It's just whether you want a completely overhauled design, or if you prefer something like this or the Electric Panther skin, where, don't get me wrong, there are massive differences, but the colour schemes all stay the same and you're used to what you're seeing. I mean, this one is slightly different in the fact that we've got blue attributes for middle attributes, basically anything from 11 to 15, and then yellows for anything higher than that. One thing I do like as well, and I haven't done this test on all of the other skins, but when you advance, if my computer doesn't go too quick, you should see it here. There's a nice little graphic showing who you're playing next with the club badge. But again, a big fan of this one. I couldn't rank them because they're all too different and everyone prefers their own thing. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use personally yet. I'm still going to try out a few others off camera and see what I think, but these are 5 of our most popular skins that you can find on the FMSCOUT website. But in terms of the FMSCOUT YouTube channel, if you could like this video if you found it useful and subscribe for more. Big shout out to anyone who's been involved in making any of these skins. They've all done fantastic jobs, and again, I'm not saying these are the only 5 best skins out there. Do your research, find out which ones you might like, because you might find some hidden skin that you absolutely love. But most of all, everyone, have a great day everybody, and I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.